Hello fellow gamers and welcome to another episode of LORED. So in the last episode we did unlock the Malignant Upgrades. What this allowed us to do is kind of prestige and kind of speed our way through the progression that took a little while last time. So right now we're kind of working through getting all of these upgrades back up to where we were. We can see here we're already just really crushing all of these kind of upgrades, so we can really speed through getting all of these updated. Now these are taking seconds. Like, you can see how much quicker these are. Now we are we do have to be careful a little bit, but as you can see here from the last episode, I'll just quickly go into these. So one thing that I really noticed in the last episode, which seemed to be OP, is I drink your milkshake. Basically what this does is for every lord that does use coal, it actually increases the rate that coal is generated based on Carl, which is our lord of coal. And as you can see here, every time, take the stone for example, every time that bar fills, the amount drops. So you can see here 1.26, 1.25, 1.23. This goes the same with raw iron, raw copper, iron, and copper ingots. So while we are losing coal right now, because we are kind of upgrading at such a vast rate and we are completing these materials, we are kind of producing it way quicker, which is reducing that. So already at 28, we can just keep on leveling up each one of these, which you see, I mean, we're already on level 4 or approaching level 4, and this takes seconds. Now I know we were producing thousands of resources last episode, but that was over a little bit of time. A few little, magical video editing skips where, a couple hours of kind of gameplay went by for me, but only a few seconds for you guys. But you can see, it is so much quicker to level up. You can see here, already producing, look at that, 33 per second, and this takes a few seconds. It's already kind of minimizing a lot of this, so we can kind of just speed up and get back to where we were. And let's see if we can get roughly to where we were. What I want to try and do, I think concrete and jewel were around level 7, level 8. I think all of these were around 10 to 12. So let's see if we can get back to where we were last episode. And then I think we completed a little over 30 of these. These kind of upgrades we'd kind of maxed out. So let's see if we can get anywhere close to that. It looks like these are upgraded already, but we do need some of these. So we need to kind of work through. So let's kind of get back to where we were, eh?
Later that same evening.
And after a little bit more time, we may have spent about 10 minutes just kind of upgrading things, but as you can see, we are rolling in it now. We have 14,400 stone per second. Coal is just exponentially grown. We're almost at 37,000 a second. We haven't had to worry about that at all. We've literally just been knocking out the raw materials and ingots and just not have to worry about coal, to the point that I've even stopped upgrading after level 12. There's just very little point in kind of doing that. I am upgrading stone because the raw materials need stone, growth needs stone. That's probably the lowest that we have right now is growth. Oil, almost 8 per second, growth 18. And if we can get these numbers up, we can start working on Malignancy. The Malignancy is going up pretty nicely. We're doing 7.15 per second. When we upgrade that, I mean, we're at 14 per second now. Let's have a look. All of these are kind of working fine. Growth dipped a little bit. What do we have here? Let's get another squirtling. We've got Pickle Pickle. Who is Pickle Pickle? So Pickle, he's a kind of trash squirtling apparently. This is only free cash. This is going to multiply the cash. I actually like these as well. It does mean that we are going to get cash quicker. As you can see here, if we scroll down, it's still, it's level 7 right now. I think we need to get the gem cup up next before we kind of focus on that. That'll kind of increase the dollars that we're creating eventually through kind of upgrading using the gems on the free cash. But overall, it's pretty cool. Let's make sure we are increasing that. We're now at level 4, so it doesn't really take much time. It takes 2 minutes to generate 5.4 million worth of stone, which is insane to think of what we started with. I think at the very start it was less than 1 per second when we first clicked on it, and it kind of trying to get to like 500, 600, 1,000 was just like, oh yeah, this is going to take a while. Now we're just blasting stuff out. We can just keep upgrading things as they show up. I mean, I think upgrading the tarball, I don't think we probably should have done that yet. Growth is kind of like more important right now. Looking at what we need to kind of upgrade, we do need kind of growth to increase our concrete output. We do need a bit more oil, I think. Oil's taking a little bit of time. That's actually in the negative, so yeah, we definitely need to upgrade that. How is that looking? See, 11 more minutes to get sticky tar maxed out, and also 1 minute for the red goopy boy to get to the next level. This is creating so much more. We're up to 14 per second on the Malignancy, and those upgrades are just going to make it more efficient, less materials used, and getting more of an output. So we'll just keep focusing on as we do. Let's see, I think we need to look at how we increase stone a little bit more, I think. Looking at these, I mean, we're at 33 of 40 upgrades maxed out. You can see here, this just took no time whatsoever to kind of upgrade all of these and max them out. And all the way down just to the last few. Obviously, brioche and jet puffed are massive amounts of resources, so kind of increasing those as we get more stone is going to be pretty important. That just means we can get kind of the red goopy boy kind of leveled up faster. And then also the more stone we produce, we really need to get that growth level up a little bit. So before we do kind of the copper ingots and match level 4 on the upgrade, let's look at kind of trying to get the growth up. So we just need to wait a couple of minutes on that. 3 minutes to kind of double up again. I mean, we're at 29,000 stone per second. That's insane. And also we can level up these eventually. It's using stone though. Stone's going to be the difficult one right now. I wish there was, is there anything in the Malignant upgrades about stone? Let's have a look here. Okay, nothing. Jewels, oil, tarball. Unlock the juice pot. Okay, so we need to get 10 billion coal, which is going to take 2 days to unlock the juice pot. That sounds cool. That's the kind of next focus point. Let's see what we can do with that. What else we got? Iron, copper. Okay, so potential effects. Unknown upgrade. Unlocks the coffee auto brewer. Constant coffee. Okay, so that's something new. Unknown upgrade. Deletes everyone's save but your own. Okay. What else we got? Pheromones are still secreted and detected by our bodies, but our brains ignore their pungency. Result? Armpits. No more stinky. Stocks your bathroom cabinets with flushable wipes. There's so many upgrades here. Okay, so let's kind of skip that for now. Let's kind of focus on what we were kind of looking to do. An upgrade in here. Right. I said before, we don't want to do that. We want to get growth done next. Right. So let's wait on the growth. 2 minutes away from upgrading stone. I think, can we afford to do that? No, let's hold off. Let's stick with stone, and then we can upgrade the coal. Upgrading the coal is going to exponentially grow the multiplier from our prestige. Right now 42,000, but you can see that numbers just keeps going up and up and up, and the higher level Carl will be, the more that'll increase. Okay, so 15 seconds. And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we can upgrade. Okay, so we're up to 36 now. Let's look at our stats. Joules, oof, minus 33 per second. Where are we with that? So we have 54,000 almost, so that's actually not too bad. And then straight away, we are already back up into the positive. 1 minute away for iron. Less than a minute for copper, less than a minute for stone. So I think what we'll do now is, I think if we kind of wait for these, double our output for that, and then we'll get both of them to level 12. Now I think what will happen is that we'll start losing raw iron and raw copper, but we do have almost 5 million of each, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. We could upgrade Tarball, but I don't want to lose out on the growth that we gain, nor do I want to lose out on the oil. The reason I don't want to lose oil is because I do want to kind of max out the sticky tar. That's going to like benefit a lot of things. It's going to lose less joules, less growth, less Tarball. That just means more resources that we'll be able to gather, and we do need growth right now because we are trying to max out, or at least get close to the maxer upgrade for the concrete. We could upgrade Malignancy. I don't quite want to do that. Obviously that is going to be a focus point when we get up to kind of like trying to get all of these. What I would like to do is I would like to get haste maxed out for the soccer dude perk. I'd also like to get at least one level of this concrete. That'll make things easier for when we're always losing kind of joules. Then also I think the aim is to try and get all of these, so joules, oil and Tarball. I would like to get at least one level on each. Now it says 2 hours for each of those, so it's going to be 6 hours total, but the way we're kind of upgrading right now, we can afford to kind of upgrade Malignancy as we get on. These are going to take a little while to get the iron and copper inputs, and then we haven't unlocked any of that yet. So let's have a look now. Let's get this upgraded, let's get this upgraded, and then we have 1 more minute, and then we can get the stone leveled up as well. I think while we are waiting, let's do that. Like we said, we're going to 116,000 per second now. That is crazy. 5 more minutes away for oil, 4 more minutes to get the output increased as well, red goopy boy. So you can see it is kind of like a snowball effect now, where I think just keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. I think if we get this jet buffed up to level 4 just to match the brioche, and then we're going to be creating almost 11,000 of each resource for iron and copper, and that helps out get our stone output, which we can then upgrade the core level, and then we can upgrade growth, and so on and so on. And there we have another update. So we got yet another squirtling. Now let's have a look. Before we use that, let's see what we can do with these gems on this. So we unlocked Scholar's Rock last episode. So each squirtling multiplies the effect of free cash based on their tier and level. So the more squirtlings that we have, the more kind of cash we generate. So right now, if we look on this tab, we are generating 1.36 cash per minute. Obviously compared to the kind of the materials in stage 1 is a lot less. But over time that will increase. Now it's going to take an hour to get the next upgrade to kind of double the dollars per second. So let's have a look. Ooh, this is a good one. Haste 1.08 for all stage 1 lords. Let's get that. Okay, that's increased everything now. And I did notice that we are losing raw copper and raw iron. We are going to need a little bit of almost 8 million to get both of them up. So I think right now, let's increase our stone 63,000 per second. And then straight away, we can get that. We're back into the positive. Great. What else have we unlocked here? We've unlocked a Malignant Upgrade. What have we unlocked? A concrete. Output and input ×2. Yes. So now we're producing 261 per second. Okay, now we need to keep an eye on raw copper. We've got 5 million, so we're not going to lose anytime soon. And it's only going to take 35 seconds to get an extra 2 million stone. And then just like that, we can double the raw copper, and then we're back to positive. Okay, so now that we have loads of copper, loads of iron, kind of a little bit low, we do need to get that stone back up to where it was so that we can upgrade and match the jet puff. But that's only going to take a minute, so we don't have to worry about too much of that. Everything else is in the positive. Oil slowed down a little bit. I mean, malignancy is up to 19 per second. So let's have a look at increasing that one. There we go. 38 per second. We're rolling with malignancy now. And we're still positive, so that's great. So all the things that malignancy needs right now is kind of on the positive, so we don't have to worry about that. Almost done with sticky tar as well, so we can max that out, so it makes malignancy even more efficient, so we're losing less resources, so we are kind of stockpiling more. Growth being one of them, so upgrading this will speed up our output so we can get concrete maxes upgrade up to level 4. Where are we with everything else? So I think 2.6 is so quickly how much stone we're getting. It's just keep flying. And there we go. We have one more upgrade. Which upgrade did we just get? There we go. Jet puff to level 4. Awesome. Not worried about coal in the slightest at this point. That's kind of like the last upgrade that we need to kind of worry about because it's constantly multiplying based on that malignant upgrade perk. And just like that, maxed out sticky tar. 42 seconds, 35. Things are going super quick. We can get concrete up real to level 4. Just like that, we now have a level 4 concrete. Bam. And then looking at this, we've got more concrete. Almost got enough to do jewels again. Looking at these though, I mean, look at this. We've got 12,000 iron per second. Raw iron, it's 4,000. We've got so many materials. I think what we need to do is, looking at this, what do we need? We need growth, stone, and then we need a bunch of just iron and copper for that. We have plenty of concrete. That's kind of going up pretty nicely now. And then let's have a look at these malignant upgrades. So 7 hours, that's going down. 300 days to get 999 million. If we can get that down, that's a huge thing. ×4 output and input. That just means when we prestige, if we can get that today, that's going to exponentially just get back to where we are within minutes. This one here, I think we've halved the amount of time. So now from 6 hours, we're down to 3 to get 1 level in each of these. And then what else have we got? Oof, these are like steep numbers. While we are exponentially growing on all of these materials and gathering everything, which is given such a dopamine effect, 30 days is a long time to get any of these. Now I think, let's have a look. I would love to unlock one of these just to see what's going on below, but I don't think we're going to have time to do that today. Check in on this. Let's increase oil. Let's increase coal. Shall we do that again? Let's have a look. We need stone for let's make sure we aren't just using stuff when we should be focusing on something else. Like I think iron and copper should be the focus for now. Growth will kind of increase when it increases, which is going to be heavily reliant on the stone output. We're only a couple of minutes away from iron and less than a minute for copper. So I think, yes, we'll upgrade copper, upgrade iron. Hopefully, we won't go into the negative for the raw iron, but I do think that we will. Like I was trying to do earlier in the series, I was trying to make sure that the raw materials was at least one level higher than the ingots. So let's have a look here and upgrade copper just to see what happens to the raw copper. Now luckily we have created enough stone so that if we do fall under, we can upgrade pretty much straight away, or at least almost, just because we're going to need almost 5 million for this. So let's have a look. See, that's the problem. I thought it was going to do that. So minus 7,600, and it's going to take a minute or so to get that up. That's also going to take a little while, and this is back down to 5 minutes. So let's skip past a little bit and make sure that we get all of these ingots up to level 13, the raw materials up to level 14, and then let's see if we can get stone to level 13 as well.
12 o'clock midnight.
And just like that, now that we've got everything upgraded, we're making 25,000 ingots a second, 8,500 raw materials per second, 127,000 stone per second. That just means upgrading is going to be so much quicker now. Now I think what we need to do is we need to get growth updated. 7 per second isn't entirely great. Once we get that, where are we with malignancy? Right, okay, so we need to be careful. I think Tarble's fine looking at that. Jules is at 444, so there's no worries there. So all we need to kind of focus on is get this upgraded, which is less than a minute to get 6 million. And then by the time we get that, we can also get malignancy as well, which is going to double it again. So let's have a look to see where we are with that. We're at 42 minutes right now per resource. Awesome. There we go. 1 second. There we go. That's going to be 9 minus on the growth, but that's okay because we're almost going to be using all the stone right now to get that upgraded. Just a few more seconds here. Making sure anything else we could upgrade. Coal after that just to get that up, but I don't want to quite yet because let's have a look. 7 hours to make 10 billion coal. I'm really curious about this juice pot. I want to know what it is. I feel like that's going to be like another upgrade. Unlock the juice pot. I wonder what that could be. These are going to take, increase that 40 days for them. Okay, everything else is locked right now. 20 minutes. We can be back in an hour and we can get this all ready just to kind of unlock. But what else we've got here? I would like to get Soccer Dude maxed out today. That's 1 million though. So that's like almost 1.5 million just to get all of the 4 upgrades that I wanted to get today. But I really do kind of like think it would be cool if we can unlock this before the next episode, so we can explore Lumpy in the next episode. Let's have a look, because right now things are slowing down quite a lot. Like all of these upgrades are taking so much more. We're already on the coal, so we're doing 3 more hours we ought to make 10 billion coal. And that's only going to go more as well, because if we go and have a look up here, the output's already at times 16 for the multiplier on I Drink Your Milkshake. 17. You see, it's going up real quick. So that's going to keep less and less and less. I think by the time we get these 3, Stay Quenched, Huggies, Oh Baby, a triple, and then also if we get Soccer Dude maxed out, I think we'll have the juice pot way before we get all of these. I think what we need to look at, it's going to be 2 more minutes to upgrade Malignancy. That'll double it again, which will half all the time and everything else. 1 more minute to get 23 million stone so we can update the coal. What else? 3 minutes on iron, 5 minutes on copper. What else are we looking at? I think we should be in a good spot. Also as well, we could focus on getting Red Goopy Boy maxed out. That's just going to create more malignancies, which is going to get even faster. So if we can both level it up and also get the upgrade, and there's nothing really more that we need. Maybe getting the next level, get both of these up to level 5. That'll make iron go way quicker, which means that we will be able to increase the malignancy level even quicker again. It'll also mean that we'll be able to get enough materials to level up stone again, which means we can upgrade coal again. So you can see how it's all just kind of like working with numbers, manipulating, trying to see which is the most efficient way to do things, which is awesome. I love this game. It becomes so addictive. You can play for 20-30 minutes and the next thing you know, 4 or 5 hours have passed. I could sit on this all day, every day and do this because it is just so addicting. Love to see numbers go up one after the other. So what I think I'm going to do, so let's skip by another few minutes. Let's get a few of these things upgraded. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to come back when we're getting close to getting at least one of these leveled up.
3:28 a.m.
And what I thought would take a little less time, we didn't get 1, but we got 2 upgrades available from how much malignancies we managed to kind of acquire while leveling up. So let's do, yeah, I think Stay Quenched in Huggies is more important than Oh Baby a triple. Toggle we don't seem to have had any problems with in general. I've always had a positive on those ones. So I think when we do Prestige, having these 2 at the minimum would be pretty cool. Still an hour for Soccer Dude. That's going to be huge. 47 days for Enthusiasm. So we're pretty far off on that one. But, you know, we are getting better. 48 minutes left for Lumpy. So what I've been trying to do is basically level up stone by leveling up iron and copper, but with that, you know, it does have its problems. The more raw materials that I use and the more ingots that I kind of use, like this coal isn't increasing as much as I kind of hoped. Obviously exponentially it is growing over time, but every time I level up these, it's using a lot of coal. So I've been trying to kind of like balance it a little bit, getting the stone, getting the raw materials, getting the copper, so that we have leveled that up a little bit. Now, I was having a look at these before as well. I would love to get these kind of upgraded, but you know, at the stage that they are right now, it's going to take way too long to get enough gems. I was looking at gem cut. I was hoping that doing gem cut would unlock this. Potential effects. TikTok headquarters explodes, taking their servers and money with it. Miraculously, no one dies. So I'm going to wait a little bit to get the gem. That's going to be my next one. It looks like we do have another upgrade, so we can finally max out Red Goopy Boy. That's huge. So now we have 35 of 40 upgrades done on this Firestarter upgrade. So let's have a look here. I mean, 300 per second. That means that we could probably get this even quicker. 52 minutes to get haste up to 2.01. So it looks like 5 minutes for the tarball. That's huge. Now let's let's focus on Lumpy. What do we need for this? So it's a few more seconds to get coal. And there we go. We can get coal upgraded. So we're doing 5.5 million coal per second now. That's wild. In only 20 minutes. So let's give this another 20 minutes. Let's get this this juice pot unlocked and let's see what's next. And now finally we have unlocked the juice pot. So unlocking this, what does this do? So okay. So unlocking the juice pot is another malignant upgrade. Obviously, because it's in the malignant upgrade thing. But you do have to prestige before we get access to it. Okay, so what I would like to do is I think we want to get Soccer Dude upgraded before we prestige, just to get that extra haste, which will make things so much more quicker. And what do we have here? We finally have the gem cup, so we can unlock that. Okay, so now that unlocks the gem chest. Okay, so while we are creating more gems through that, it's basically it's increasing the base gem pittance. So that's kind of like, so it looks like gem pittance is like a multiplier at a base standard, but gem cup is increasing the base per second. So that's going to go, I mean, right now, already that has got so much quicker, and it's just going to keep, the rate at which gem cup is increasing the base stat. It's crazy. That's like, it's already almost at one gem per second. It's going up 2% every second. So in a minute, it's going to double again. And that also helps because we'll get more squirrelings with the gems. I'm going to wait to kind of double the free cash first, just to kind of speed that up. But you see, this is where it snowballs on the cash shop as well. There we go. There's gems per second, and it's only going to take like a few seconds to get another random squirreling. And these are increasing fine. These are going down. These were days. These were all days. Now they're hours. 3 minutes. What's this? Rest assured that all of the in-game purchases were calculated to leave just a little bit of this special currency left over. Remember, this is for you. Maximum juiced crit chance. Okay, does that have anything to do with Lumpy? Because it's the green material, so it might have something to do with Lumpy. We're 8 minutes off Soccer Dude. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to call it for today. And then in next episode, we'll prestige once we have enough malignancy to increase Soccer Dude and also get the first Oh Baby a triple level up as well. So we have both of them. And then tomorrow's episode, we're going to find out what the juice pot is and kind of take it from there. So guys, I appreciate you kind of watching. Stay tuned. Let's find out what happens next episode.